channel.
All right. In a couple of hours, the Super Eagles will be taking on the Reggae Boys of Jamaica in the Unity Cup final. We know how they qualified by beating the Black Stars of Ghana in the semi-final. So,
brother,
it's always nice to have you.
Same here, brother.
All right, if you are joining us for the first time, welcome to Final, where we discuss sport-related activities, pre- and post-match activities, sport interviews, anything sport-related. We discuss it here. You can follow us all across all social media platforms on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok at Final Whistle 931. Let's diverge into the business of the day, which is to talk about our starting lineup going into the Jamaica final. We know how important this match is to Nigerians and then to Chelle. So I feel like we should talk about the formation and then the tactics as well as the starting 11. Who gets the knock to start for you? I think from the goalie.
Okay, I think basically we have to start from. I expect him to maintain the same formation. So we're expecting a diamond formation as usual.
Diamond formation.
Yeah, but in goal, I would love to see Maduka Okoye, just because
I think I share the same opinion.
Just because I don't want to have overconfidence in one goalkeeper, and if something happens and then we don't have a backup plan. Because the last time we saw Maduka in goal, we saw the error he made. So why don't we put him back there so that we know whether this person is good at all, or we'll start looking for option totally. You get. So Maduka Okoye in goal for me, that's just the reason. Nwabali, we've seen what he can do, we've seen his lapses, we know for the fact where he's lagging. So there is no need still putting him in goal. He's not going to change. He's not going to learn any new thing. If he goes to post, he's still going to make that delay that's going to cost an error.
But he came up with a very good save.
Yes, no, that's what I said we've seen him. We know how good he is. So, but let's test the second choice, and that was why I had issues with Amas Obaseki not coming into the.
He would have gotten the nod.
He would have gotten the nod to start, because we need all this. Because the essence of all this whole thing is for the World Cup qualifiers. If you win the Unity Cup, you don't go World Cup. Now rubbish from my eye, and don't go life.
So Maduka Okoye, I think I agree with you. Maduka over here. So now let's go to the defense line, which we know how important that is.
Oh, very important.
Very important. So we are taking it from the right back to the left back.
Left back. Okay, let me start with the right back. As much as I would love Ismaila Sadiq to start, just because I want him to build on what he has done the last game, and assist is not an easy word, especially the first one for that game, and since coming back to the Super Eagles. But I would also love to have other players have their turns. I think that's the reason for this competition. So that's why I'll give the nod for Wali Oje today to start for me ahead of Sadiq Ismaila, because I know what Ismaila can do. There is no need, or better still, if they start Ismaila, then probably before the second half finishes, or then they.
But I think Wali actually had a very good season than Ismaila.
But Ismaila won the league.
Yeah, I'm saying individually
because he had 11 assists as a right back. So I think that's we are on the same page. Wali should start for me, my right back. Then the left back position, because of one reason, the fact that he has not cemented his place in the heart of Eric Chelle. Bruno Onyema, he should still be given the chance to prove a point
today. I think I'll go with Felix Agu. That's where we'll probably differ.
Yeah, that's on the angle. Felix Agu, that's on the you see the problem there. I think Felix Agu makes a lot of sense. But for me, I would love Bruno Onyema. I would love Bruno Onyema.
Now let's go back to the right. The two centre back. The last time we saw, you find Ogbu, and Shemi Ajayi, the guy that is out of contract to West Bromwich Albion. So are we going to be maintaining that centre back partnership?
I would say yes, for a reason. The truth is we cannot totally change the Super Eagles team. So let us know we cannot alter it totally. Let's just say we're getting one thing right. If it's the right back position that we're trying to fix, let's fix that.
So let's maintain
the centre back pairing from where they stopped.
Last time.
We saw Igbobu at the last World Cup qualifier. So there's chances that we're going to see more of him. So why don't we give him more chance so that he would get the confidence? The Super Eagles jersey, we've talked about it. It is a very heavy jersey to wear.
No doubt.
Babarigani.
No doubt.
Babariga.
That's why the last of Victor Boniface are still struggling now.
Then I cropped off Igbo, so I don't know. So what I'm saying in essence is I would love Shimi Ajayi and Igor Ogbu to be in partnership in that defense line. Let them build a formidable team together so that when we see the likes of Truce Ekong leave, Igor Ogbu and Kavi Basi can do justice to that back line.
So the back lines we have Wali Ojeto, we can actually agree. The Koru star defender, and then we're having Shemi Ajayi and Ikoru, and then we have a little bit of difference in the left back options. That's why I'm going with Felix Agu, and then you are going with Bruno.
I believe both of them should play the game. Actually, believe
both of them cannot start.
But they cannot start.
Now let's go back to the midfield options. Now we the last time against Ghana, we saw the combination of Wilfred in the
the tank.
they just relegated the guy from Leicester.
Why these adjectives? Why these adjectives? Why?
Frank Oyeka, the tank, also out of
Okay.
options with the Oxford. He's back to Brentford.
Yeah.
So I think we saw the partnership of that three. Yeah. Are we still going to maintain that this time around?
No, that's where the problem lies. But I think I would love to see Papa Daniels, for example. Papa Daniels is a good one there. But if you now look at the bench, there are no much DMs in the bench. What we have is CM.
Yeah,
we have central midfielders, the likes of Igweze Collins, Isaac Saviour. No DM. That is why we see the likes of Wilfred will still start this game. We will see Tank Onyeka will still play this game.
So now,
so it's not a problem. Will the coach
now
take out Papa Daniels for Collins or Isaac Saviour?
Okay,
that's where the challenge will come.
No. If you were the coach, who are you going to start?
Because of my love for a player, I'll say it's going to be sentimental at this point. I would like to see Papa Daniels.
So that means you are still sharing the same sentiment you had for Bruno Imachi, for Papa Daniel, just to showcase what they have, build on the confidence that the last game gave them. Okay.
And so let's see how because we cannot take these players directly to the World Cup qualifiers. No, it will be a big disaster.
It will be too chaotic.
Imagine Papa Daniel doing this on a bigger stage.
Because I saw Papa Daniel. And he looked like a shadow of himself.
Yeah,
he was nervous. He was doing so many sideways and backward passes.
Imagine that in the World Cup qualifiers. That would be a disaster now. So it's better he makes all the mistakes here.
Okay,
let's see whether let's give him that opportunity.
So we're giving him to remain the same midfield.
Yes, but we get to tweak it during the second half.
So
hopefully they do the needful early so that we can break up other players.
Since you damn for what are your wingers?
My wingers, I would love to see Chukwueze
start again.
Okay.
We had a very fantastic game.
I think he was the most brilliant player for me in that team that day. He was not on the score sheet, but he was everywhere. He dazzled. He made the ball. You know, the Chukwueze of Chukwueze, what we know. That joy, the flair of football. Yes, now. All of a sudden, Chukwueze turned something else. But so I would love to see him, but that confidence is coming out. So why don't we help him? But this is not Manchester United where you do well and then the next game they relegate you to the bench.
But he has not been giving us consistent.
That's what
he has been giving
on and off performance
vibe. He's not
nice one.
He's not consistent.
Nice one. I don't see what you do there. No problem. Okay, let us put Chukwueze back in so that we can get to see something better. Or if he maintains that same tempo, that consistency in form, it's a good one for us. But even if he doesn't, Nathan Taylor is there, which is another guy that. Let's be sincere ourselves. He's one player that a lot of us want to see play the game. So even if he gets the nod ahead of Chukwueze, I won't have a problem. Then in the other winger, let's see who is available.
No. I think I share the same opinion.
I don't want to see Sikuru. Not because he's not a good player.
He had a fantastic
game, but I think he has had his minutes.
Yeah. So let's him see that.
Abubakar Adamu is there for God's sake. Since we are giving chances to people, Abubakar Adamu is there. There's no need to bring. There's no bring to bring Moses Simon. We know what he can offer.
Okay.
And so for me, it's not about winning this cup. It's about trying out legs so that we can say tomorrow that this player, no comes by again. This. Let's go to the next stage. You get this is a trial for me. So Abubakar Adamu should start let's see what he has to offer. Then in the front line.
I think before we get there, we still have some other midfield options. We're not talking about. We have Santos Uche that just came yesterday. He actually trained with them, so he's not going to get a nod to start this one.
I don't think he should.
Isaac Saviour.
If Isaac Saviour is going to play, that's quite dicey. But Santos Uche should not start the game. He has the Russia game to play. There's no ample time to train. I don't want a situation where you just go and rush into the game and then you bring an awful performance. They give us an excuse. You get what I'm saying? This is a player that has never played for the Super Eagles before.
Yeah.
You can't just walk into the team some quarter to go and you expect to get the start.
So how about
what impression are you giving?
The last player, Kelechi Iheanacho?
No, you shouldn't start. There's no need.
Okay.
There's no need for God's sake.
But we saw what he did the last time.
I saw. We know what he did.
It was an eyesore.
Whatever it is. I don't want to see him there again.
Not even in the second half.
There's no need. We have other players for God's sake. Toru Adokola is there.
No, I'm talking about in the midfield.
In the midfield.
We're coming back to the attack here. In the midfield, that's what we're talking about. That's
Isaac Saviour. Give Isaac Saviour some.
Yes. So now let me get your three midfielders.
I say Tank.
Okay. Frank
Onyeka, Papa Daniels, and Wilfred.
Yeah. So now the wingers are
Chukwueze and Adamu.
Okay, I think I would go with Nathan Taylor and Samuel Chukwueze.
That's not a
I
bad
will go
idea,
with
actually.
Locatelli and Sako Samuel. I agree with your midfield options, Papa Daniel, Wilfred Didi, and then Frank Onyeka.
Yeah.
So up front, let's see what we have there.
Up front, I would want to see Tolu and Rocco Dari
Okay.
for one reason. We've seen him at the World Cup qualifiers. We saw what he could do, but we've not seen him play alone. Whatever he has never been alone. He had combined with Victor Osimhen. I want to see what he can do on his own. You get? We've seen what Victor Boniface can do on his own.
Well, let's assess him.
Let's assess him on his own. We've seen what Siri Desas can do on his own.
We've seen what Masodi can do on his own.
We know.
We've seen what Paul can do on his own. Yeah.
So let's see what this guy can do on his own, because the truth is anything can happen in football. You can go into the game and into a tournament and you're not with your best players. So does it mean you should not that you would tell the people that the qualifiers that you can't make it? No. So let's see Tolu play this one alone and see how he gets to. How he bites, the hold on play, whatever he's doing, let's see his positioning. What we saw Desas, and we all marveled that at 30, you're this good. So Tolu, do this on your own and let's see what you have to offer. So Tolu goes there.
Yeah, for me, I think I will agree with you. I won't agree less. Tolu start for me, but I felt like Siri Desas still has a lot of work to do. I think he has to work on his being clinical enough.
Yeah.
And then I think decision making swift. He has to work on that too. He has to decide once. I don't want to start preparing with Victor Osimhen, but I feel like if Victor has started that game, he would have been like 3 or 4 goals. So, but I think he has to work on his decision making. So, I really want to see how Tolu can actually. I want to see how Tolu makes his own decision. I want to see how clinical he is in the box alone. So, I'll be giving Tolu also the nod to start. So, I think the only differences we are having is
the left back position
and also
the wingers.
I think Samuel Chukwueze and
Nathan Taylor. And I think I don't agree. I agree less with you because Nathan Taylor is one player that should start as well.
But let me take your final prediction before we go.
Okay, final prediction. I think we're going to win that game, but it's not a question of is it going to be a clean sheet and how many goals. The goals will be. I'm looking at a 2-1. I'm looking at a 2-1 because over the reason why I can't give us a clean sheet is we've proven not to be able to keep up after scoring goals.
We
tend to sleep.
And
I think that's a major
very hopeful second half performance.
Yes,
back to back.
Yeah, over the Agaho complained about this even before the appointment of Chelle. Chelle came and the same thing happened. There was only one game that we did not have had that.
It looks like a pandemic.
So it's a pandemic. So they have to work on that. I don't know whether they sleep off. I don't know what's happening. But I think then the goalkeepers are not helping matters. But I think 2-1. All
right. I saw a very good attacking Jamaican side. But I feel like we should be able to control them. But they are very vulnerable in the back. So I would see them packing a lot of goals.
Okay.
Depending on how clinical
our starters are. Yeah.
So I would be saying a 2-0 win for Nigeria.
That's good.
In this fixtures.
I'll be happy.
Yeah, I
would be happy if we don't get
successful. I think for Chelle, we're still unbeaten so far.
Yeah.
So let's hope that unbeaten run continues today.
To the World Cup qualifiers.
As far as 7 p.m. is concerned, just stick with us as we bring you pre-post-match and possibly highlights of the game in this Nigeria-Jamaica Unity Cup final fixtures coming up around 5 p.m. tonight. Let us know what you feel about the starting lineup in the comments as well as your prediction. That's our time. Thanks for watching.